All right.
What is up, everybody? King Solomon here. Within the Lighthouse Report, as some of you may know, we are sponsored by Hedera Hashgraph. So I am trying to nail out as many interviews as I possibly can with as many Hedera projects. So this is 10 questions, 10 answers, hopefully under 10 minutes. Super excited to have the artist and creator behind Hangry Barboons. We will just say his name's Hangry for the sake of the interview. But how's it going, man? How you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
No problem, dude.
Long
Well,
time listener. Happy to be here.
oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate it. So, yeah, I'm just going to start right now. So, the first question we
Great.
have here is to describe your crypto project.
So my crypto project is, like you said, Hangry Barboons. It's a collection of 4,444 boons that I've illustrated, basically taking advantage of my skill set. I'm an artist with over 10 years of digital art experience, and I've published several books in real life related to medical artwork because I'm a healthcare provider in real life. So the point of the project is to create a great brand that can make Hedera proud, something where we can continue building in the future. But really, my focus is on creating cool digital collectibles around very interesting art that's unique and inspired by cartoons I watched growing up, like Ren and Stimpy. I was a big fan of web comics growing up.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I was definitely watching Ren and Stimpy back in the day as well. Second
Yeah.
question is, why are you building in Web3 personally?
You know, the I got into Web3 just because crypto sparked my interest about a year ago when I heard Facebook was changing their name to Meta. And then I looked into it more and I realized that there was a movement in art towards authenticity. Like I mentioned, I was an artist in Web 2, and the main place to post your artwork there was in Instagram. And I noticed that I would post my artwork and people would just copy and paste it onto other accounts and grow their accounts really fast. And it's always a little heartbreaking because they didn't give you credit or anything, and they were like selling other things. So one of the main things that attracted me to Web3 is that people seem to appreciate that a piece of art actually came from the creator themselves, that it's not a fake. Or if someone's trying to sell a fake, it's condemned within the community because there's a token ID behind this piece of art. So I thought, wow, there's like this revolution in artwork. I'm a real artist, and it's something I care passionately about. So I thought I want to join in on this. I want to take part in this kind of art revolution that's taking place. I really do think there is a movement in the art world, and a lot of the world hasn't seen it yet, even though people are profiting a lot from it already and stuff like that. But I think a lot of people don't realize that there is a real art movement here, and people really do care about art in general as it relates to like Web3 in the future.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Question number three is, who is your target audience and community? It's probably an easy one, but maybe maybe the expanded answer. So
Yeah, so my targeted audience initially was art enthusiasts, I guess, that would be interested in this brand of artwork that I'm bringing. I'm trying to make it like this mainstream sort of art for the crypto community. And I looked at different networks before coming to Hedera, like Ethereum and Solana and Cardano. But as an artist, I wanted the best place that would give me the best shot to take off and maybe give me an opportunity to shine, essentially. And I didn't see, I saw so much saturation in other networks that I didn't mint anything. I simply was a collector learning about crypto. And Hedera, when I got here, I started collecting and looking at projects and getting to know people. And I loved the community so much that I'm like, this is where I want to be. Even though the like a wallet had just failed and there was no marketplace, I'm like, I still see a lot of potential here. This was back in like December, January. I'm like, this is where I want to be. And so my target audience is basically my friends in Hedera and everyone else that wants to join in.
that's, yeah, 100%. I mean, I know as well as you know, that old school Hedera community, especially back then, and everybody's pretty much still around, is just fantastic to deal with, and it's great
Yeah.
to see it even expanding now. Okay, so next question is, what differentiates your project from other Web3 projects?
Yeah, so I think there's nothing wrong with, one approach versus the other, but my project is different in that I think I'm carrying a lot of the load being the artist, the creator, the community manager. I'm wearing a lot of hats. And so that being said, also I think the experience I bring to the table, because I started my other company around 2015, which is called MedComic, and it's a series of medical illustrations to teach medicine. And I've written like an EKG book on EKG interpretation, and I illustrated every page, and it's like a huge textbook, and that's used in schools. So I think I have a unique skill set, and I'm trying to apply all the things I've learned over the years to this project. And I think there's something almost hard to put your finger on it that makes the whole project feel unique. And and it's the project itself. I think I'm not saying it's like the most unique thing in the world, because it's inspired by every crypto project that came before me. It's a generative art project where I'm drawing the layers and then using hash lips to combine them. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's almost like it's a genre, and there's artists taking part in this genre. Like there's there's hip hop and there's rock and music and stuff. So I feel like generative art, when you get a good artist in it, it's like really cool to see what they can come up with, because it's a new way of creating art.
100%. What partnerships or collaborations have you made in this space so far? I know that from my understanding, at least just knowing a little bit about you, you're a little bit of a Renaissance guy, like you're everywhere. So if you could touch
Yeah.
base on that a little bit, that'd be great.
Yeah, I somehow managed to connect with a ton of people in Hedera over the last few months. So the most obvious one is Turtle Moon, because that's the launch pad I'm using. So Patches and Renly, they've been great, giving me the opportunity to put my project on their launch pad. There's a lot of great projects on there, and I respect what they're doing a lot. So they're going to continue creating tools for Hedera, and as they release it to creators and artists, I want to leverage those tools. Another collaboration I'm involved with is HBar Space. So that's made by a user named MRAC, and he has a team that's creating some great tools. So they're right now I'm leveraging their platform to like token gate, and I hope to use some of their tools later on, which could be even like gamification or airdrops, things. There's a lot of potential for creativity. That being said, I don't want to just like use tools for tools sake. I want to have like a good reason to do it. But I think that's part of the exciting thing, is that there's a lot of room for creativity here, as you have like these talented people that you're collaborating with, creating tools and things like that. And then aside from like those two tech, collaborations, there's some other things down the line that are just forming from friendships within creator communities that I'll probably reveal in the future soon.
The HBar Space guys, those are the Fugitives guys, right? Am I right about that?
Yes, you're
Okay.
right. Yeah, the Fugitives. That was like an old project that's making a comeback. And yeah, you're right about that.
I know you've already stated that you are the artist and creator. So the question was, how many team members do you have? But I guess I'll rephrase that question and ask you what some of the pros and cons that you have right now, as kind of being that end all be all within everything that's going on. And do you imagine that at some point in time you might expand out with some trusted people that you can help you to build out the brand even a little bit more?
Yeah, I think that's a great question and point. Right now, I can't say like it's easy to say like I'm the only person, but honestly, I'm on Discord all the time, and the people in Discord really help out a lot. So it's almost like they're a part of the team. but answering questions and keeping people engaged. So the mods are a big help, but the team itself, yeah, it's me. And I think as the project grows, if the project kind of will grow depending on the enthusiasm from the community, and I hope it continues to grow and spread and people join in and become holders and all this type of stuff. But it's a team effort with holders and the creators. So we'll see. I'm very optimistic, and obviously I'm giving it all I can. But if it gets to the point where this becomes unreasonable for me to manage myself, I'd love to grow the team and obviously expand. So we'll have to wait to see. Maybe do another interview in the future and see where we're at. But I think that makes a lot of sense.
100%. I've been in that Discord, by the way, and it's wild. Vote Hangry 444. Politicians are temporary, hangry forever.
Yeah.
Which I'll take credit for that
Absolutely.
one. Okay, so I guess
you do. Yeah.
Go ahead. Are we
I was gonna say that you did a tweet where it was like "Hangry is forever," and I made that into a Discord sticker, and it like became a slogan. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so this is really kind of the big one here. Describe any milestones and achievements that you've accomplished thus far, or any big announcements that you want to talk about coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Well, my first big milestone was when I minted my first artwork, and that happened earlier in the year. I created 14 NFTs that are called Hangry Heads, and I just distributed them for free to the first 14 people that joined my Discord. Did it kind of for fun and stuff, and they've become sort of like one of like the high tier Hangry art now, and very exclusive. There's a token gated channel for holders, and I'm thinking of creative ways to reward those early adopters, so to speak. So a couple of the NFTs have sold already on the secondary market, which was really impressive for me to see. Wow, my NFT art has actually sold on the secondary market already, and that's before the main project I was working on. So I thought that was a special milestone for me to see like NFT art actually trading hands. And then later on, recently, I released the golden banana coins, which are a whitelist token that also function as a VIP pass in a sense that I hope to incorporate into like the future of the project. So those coins have done really well. They've surpassed over 1.5 million in volume on Zeus. That's the secondary market for NFTs on Hedera, the main one that's being used. There's others, but that was a huge milestone to see the excitement around say a pass for the main event. So I'm super hyped and excited for dropping the Hangry Barboons in October.
Do you have a date?
Yeah, so the whitelist pass is October 15th, and I'm not saying the public date yet.
Okay.
Keeping that a little bit of a mystery, but if you want security and grabbing a Hangry Barboon, it's good to have a coin.
100%. This is such a cliche question here, but where do you see your project in 3 to 5 years? This is like the business. Where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? So yeah, where do you see that's 3 to 5 years?
Well, I see Hangry Barboons, the collection, as like this, and this is me obviously speculating or hoping, but I want that to be like this classic art project that was early on in Hedera, and the Hangry brand itself expanding. So I see Hangry as like the universe of my art, and leveraging the Hangry Barboons as like a character set within this world that I'm creating. So definitely building a brand in 3 to 5 years. I mean, the crypto space moves so fast. In just a few months in Hedera, we've gone from no marketplace to all these, creators joining in. So it's hard to predict where we're going to be, but my goal is to be here and still working on this project.
Great. For anyone interested in learning more, what links do you recommend for Hangry? How to join the community, how to find out more, where are the resources at, where would you like to drive people towards?
So my Discord is discord.gg/hangry, and the website is hangrybarboons.com, and on Twitter I'm Hangry Barboons. So those are some great places to connect with me. I'm fairly easy to reach, so I'm always online interacting with people. So definitely be good to meet everyone.
Yeah, and I should note, we have all the links for Hangry on Genfinity's site as well, which you guys will start to see coming out in October. So if you guys are on our site, you can check out their project as well, at least as far as, driving towards links and traffic. The last question is probably the most ridiculous question out of all the questions, which is when moon?
When, well, like I said, I don't want to be I want to be a little modest, but I hope when moon is October, when we release the project. But no financial advice or anything. And I'm very excited. I'm very confident in the artwork I've created. I think it's top quality, and we have a lot of enthusiasm around it, and good branding. So it should be fun.
It's interesting right now to watch. Even just yesterday, there was that announcement with, what was it, Cloud Art, moving from Polygon to Hedera, and we're kind of seeing that shift. Solana projects or Polygon projects, at least delving out and exploring the tool sets within Hedera and trying to participate. As far as the questions are concerned, those are the 10 questions, but I do like leaving these where, maybe a tug of the heart type comment from you, or whatever you want to say to the community, or just kind of lead us out with your closing thoughts. Really anything you want to talk about for a minute or so.
Yeah, I guess a message to the community is that I'm here to help. So if you want any advice or anything, I'm here as a resource also. I want these NFTs to empower the community. So when these NFTs are released, I'm looking forward to seeing what people do with them too. I think in Web3, I think people are moving towards a sense of ownership of the artwork that they purchase on marketplaces and things. So I'm totally for that. I used to be a little more protective of my art, like back in my medical illustration days, where I would get mad if people copied it or modified it. But I'm letting go of that. This is Web3. I'm looking forward to seeing derivative art and all that type of stuff. I'm not against it anymore. So and as far as people getting into art, I love talking about art. So if you need tips, resources, what hardware I use, software, I love talking about that too. And yeah, so I just want to empower the community, and looking forward to connecting with everyone in the future.
Thank you very much, Hangry. Well, there we have it. 10 questions, 10 answers, and definitely not less than 10 minutes as usual. But that's fine. It's great seeing an artist and creator really trying to delve out into this space and do great things for the community as a whole, and to build out a great brand. So I want to say thank you for myself, for you taking the time out of your, I'm sure, extremely busy morning to have this interview. And yeah, I'm sure this won't be the last time that we're talking, Hangry. So thank you so much.
Sounds great. Thanks for having me.